What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Good Guys First Looks. Today we're going to go over the Marquis Mod system. Alright, so we got another box mod, it seems like here, right? Wrong. I went ahead and just unwrapped it, just take a look so I could, show you guys what I found and what I found interesting. And let's take a close look. Let's see what a kit comes with, what's in it, and why this isn't just another box mod. Limitless puts out a lot of good stuff. You guys know about that Pulse that came out a little while ago. But here we are with another product. Check it out. So right here off the bat, they didn't forget about us on the aesthetics. They want us to look at something pretty when we have it sitting at home. We have the Marquis Mod system with a nice little Limitless logo on the bottom left. We have a nice little magnetic box here, very high quality. They're really good with their products down to the packaging itself. And we're gonna go ahead, we will get to the box, but I'm just gonna go ahead with what the kit includes. First thing I see here is usually a little accessory box. Let's see what's inside. And there's nothing else in that box, just gonna throw it to the side here. So the first thing I have here is a micro USB for recharging. All right. Other thing I have are 2 coils. Now there's not that it comes with 2 coils, it actually only comes with 1, but 1 coil is not in the tank already. So it comes with an extra coil, but they're both at 0.6 ohms. Now the other thing I'm pulling out here, this is actually a 510 adapter. This works on a very interesting type of system, and I'll put this to the side for now, but basically this enables you to use any RTA, RDA tank that you want to use in here, and there is a special little note I'm going to make about this mod, but we'll get there when we get there. Don't rush. Cool, so let's get to the main baby right here, the thing we clicked on this video for, which is the box system itself, or mod system. So, right off the bat, aesthetically very pleasing. We got the black on black, nice airflow for our tank here. Front screen's very clean. It's actually your button as well, so when you fire it, you're going to be squeezing that front. We got the Limitless company logo on the bottom, Limitless on the side, and that USB is actually on the bottom. That's where you're going to charge it from. So the way you turn this mod on, you're just going to hit these 2 buttons, and once you hold it, you got the LMC that pops up. Screen I notice is actually kind of dim. I don't think there's any settings on that, but I can definitely look into that. Let's see here. So first thing I see, this is going to be your down button. This is going to be your up button. Cool thing. So this has actually a setting if you hit the face and the side button together and you hold it for about 3 seconds. You can go to your display options, output options, screen rotation. So if you want to hold it with your left hand, you can actually flip the screen so you can see it that way. Right-handed, so we're going to leave it right there where it was. So this actually will go up to 80 watts in wattage mode. It's got 3 different modes, like I said. So we have the special thing I wanted to mention is it does have a pod mode. We'll get right back to that in a moment. First thing I want to go over is the tank it comes with. Remember that little special note I said I was going to make? That's the special note. It's in there. That's it. There's no threads to mess with. There's nothing to sit there and try to unscrew. No worries about unscrewing your tank and possibly opening it while you're pulling it out of your device here. You just go ahead, and it's a little drop-in system. Really, really cool. And also you have some airflow options with your tank. So if you just grab that top ring, you can actually twist it, close it off halfway. Yeah, if you're gonna take, if you're gonna put the coil in, you're actually gonna open it from the top. So it is a top fill tank. Nice Delrin drip tip, keep that nice and cool so you don't burn yourself when you're vaping. Pops right off. Everything pops off pretty easily, but it also is very, very snug. All right, so now that we pulled the tank out, first thing I want to try is what I mentioned in the first part of this video. You can add any RTA, RDA, or any other tank that you want to on top of this with that little adapter right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in. We'll get back to that tank in a moment. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab this Addy right here, toss it on. And just to make sure it's tight, I'm gonna pull it out, tighten it on there. And again, no threads. The only threads you need are to put that adapter to the actual atomizer you wanna use. We're already on wattage mode. I'm gonna crank up that wattage. Now I noticed that the screen was a little slow at first, so it goes 1 watt at a time. If you stop and then restart, it'll go at 0.1 watts. It'll go per click, 0.1 watts. But in all, it does pick up, it does speed up, so it's really not too bad. I personally like to be able to click that button, and once I'm holding the button down, I want it to just jump in wattage, because essentially if I'm holding the button down, it's because I don't want to be at 12 watts, I want to just crank it up to 50 or 60, so just a little note there. But not too bad. I mean, it was only about 2 or 3 seconds, honestly. It's not important to some people. Some people find that makes a difference. Open up my airflow on the Addy here. I think we're ready to try this out. Let's give it a vape real quick. So now I got it set to about 70 watts. You know, you don't really have a lot of trust with a lot of these smaller boxes, thinking, well, I could throw any build on here. Just to let you guys know, this is about a 0.41 build. We're firing at about 70 watts. Let's vape it. Instant fire. That's really cool. I know on the last video I actually said I don't like some mods that just like punch in the face of the vape, but sometimes depending on how you build, that might be your preference. You might be building a certain resistance because you want it to just hit right away. You don't like that ramp up time. So each to their own. In this case, such a small device, it's kind of easy to carry around. Again, comfortable in the hand. I like it a lot. Let's check out that tank that it comes with. All right, so we have the tank here put to the side. Like I said, this actually comes with it. This is a 2 mil tank. It does have a max fill line, so keep that in mind. Once you open it from the top, you're not actually filling that entire chamber. You're only going to fill it right to that max line. Otherwise, when you go to put in the top of your tank with the coil on that shaft, you're going to end up squeezing the juice out of your tank. All right, so once again, let's go ahead and throw the coil into this tank, see how this baby works out. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put the coil in. Just go ahead and screw that into the little chimney there. Make sure it's nice and snug. Put that to the side. So in case you guys were wondering, the battery, it's actually a built-in battery. You're not using 18650s or anything in this case. This mod system actually runs off of a 1800 milliamp battery built in. You can go ahead and fill that tank right up. Oh, I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. Bam, hit that max line. Let's go ahead and close this thing up. See how that fills into the tank there? So that max line is to the T. They let you know that max line is pretty much how you're gonna get the tank full. So now that we have the 2 mil tank filled up, we're gonna go ahead and toss this in here. But if you guys remember, we did have it set to 70. That doesn't change just because you threw a tank with a different resistance on there. So you do wanna lower the wattage, especially on a fresh coil. Before we actually get to vaping this, I'm actually gonna explain a couple of the settings and a couple of the options you have here. I'm not gonna go over all of them, but I do wanna show you that this does have a lot to it. This is why it's actually a mod system and not just a box mod. Now, what happens is if you hit up on this front plate here and then you hit that bottom button on the side, or the side button I should say, you hit both of those and hold them for about 3 seconds, it brings you to a menu. That menu says display options. If you hit this side button, it'll actually scroll through. You have your output options, screen rotation, again you can flip the screen, display options. Let's go through that real quick and see what options you have. So we were on option 1. Option 2 is actually going to display now your wattage with your resistance. Then we have to hold it down again. Again, the side button and the up button. Go to display options, hit up, hit the side button to change from display option 2 to 3. Now you have your battery life, which is really cool. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I'd probably have that up most of the time. I want to know when my thing's about to die. Oops, just fired it by accident. No worries though, because we turned down the wattage to 40 watts. So once again, side button and up button. Now in this case, I'm going to leave the display options just the way they are. We're going to skip over to output options. You have your power mode, temp control for nickel, temp control for titanium, temp control for stainless steel, and then you have bypass, and finally a pod mode. Now pod mode, pretty much what that is they're actually coming out with they're working on a patent for a little adapter where you can actually use most, if not any, closed pod systems. So your jewel pods, your Limitless Pulse mod pods, so that's going to be really cool. So now that we've taken a close look, let's go ahead and see how this thing vapes. That's a nice hit, and that is full of flavor. That's fantastic. I almost feel like I'm like eating what I'm vaping. That's fantastic. So basically, according to Limitless, right now it only comes in black and silver. I'm sure in the future there'll be other options, but as of right now, that's the only ones that we have available. As always, we appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hit that little like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to know what else is coming, and hit that notification button so while you're hanging out, second the video goes up, you know first. This has been another Good Guys First Look. We'll catch you guys for the next one.